I'm in the middle of my girl lunch, which today consists of a couple pieces of leftover bacon from our breakfast last weekend. The hard-boiled prepackaged eggs I got at Costco in that in one of the last vlogs I did. And leftover Erewhon tortilla chips. And a giant sliced tomato. You want to see it? Well, this isn't the exact one I ate, but I ate its twin. That sounds weird. From my friend's garden that she gave me. And growing up, my grandma used to grow the most delicious tomatoes. So I feel like people that have not grown up with like homemade sun-warmed tomatoes don't understand the concept of just eating a tomato as a tomato. Let me know if you're one of those people or not. A lot of people are just like, they know it as like an accoutrement to a sandwich or something, or a salad, and oftentimes they've only had the ones that are like yellow and unsweet. A garden grown tomato is top tier, okay? Just sliced with a little salt. My grandma used to eat it with like cream cheese, cottage cheese, although cream cheese wouldn't be bad either. But these Erewhon chips have this like spice on them. I'm addicted. Anyway, for the sliced of tomato, ate it. My eyebrows look like old man status. I laminated them this week for the first time in months. But this time, I only did the part that I want to really brush up, and they look way better. I'll show you when I do them. If you like chips, like, or crackers, like, do you look for the one that has like the most spice on it? Because when I get one that's like a jackpot of like spice or flavor powder, I love it. I really wanted to order lunch, but I didn't. And I didn't actually have like a full meal to piece together. So we're girl lunching it. I'm really trying to be conscious of my spending. And so we're eating what's in our fridge and we're not ordering lunch. I have like, I've talked about this before, but I'm setting like amounts of like times or like dollar amounts that I can use like eating out. I'm just really trying to be conscious of budgeting. I'm cleaning up my finances. I told you guys that I was gonna start like just facing all of my fears, and you guys, I have been doing it. I went to the doctor this week and it went really well. I haven't been in 5 years, and when I went last, I was told some things that made me feel so scared, and the doctor was not compassionate, did not have good bedside manner, really catastrophized and scared the living beep out of me. And I've had this is not the first time. I've had a lot of really not great medical experiences that have led to me having such bad medical anxiety that I just literally will not go to the doctor unless it's a dire emergency. So I found a doctor that was kind and compassionate through a friend, and I'm really proud of me asking for my needs. I went last week for an exam, and I ended up having my period, so she couldn't do it. So she rescheduled me for blood work one day and then to come back for the exam this week. And I let her know that I was looking for trauma-informed care, for her to narrate everything that she was doing, and just that I was looking for compassion and understanding around like my medical trauma, my trauma that caused the medical trauma, etc. So anyway, long story short, she was so great, so gentle, like really took her time and was like kind, explained everything to me. And the best news of all is I don't know, I feel like compared to what was happening for me 5 years ago, like medically it only should have gotten worse, and like different things should have been problems, and it medically, like without explanation, was in a better place. I'm not going to go into details. I may at some point. Long story short, it was like the biggest relief, and I think I'm still processing that. But I wanted to say, if you have fear around something, I'm currently looking at some finance stuff, some tax stuff, medical stuff, all kinds of stuff, honestly. And I find that when I get a little victory in one area, it really helps me feel empowered in other areas. And now I'm really looking forward to continuing to find like my health partners, my partners for like finance stuff. Like I'm just like, okay, I can do this. Like each little victory reminds me that I'm capable, and I feel like I'm finally out of that stage of like fight or flight, like that freeze where you can't do anything. I'm like actually taking aligned action every day towards so many different things that I've been avoiding, and it is shifting so much for me. I came in here to hear what the noises were, and somebody's doing some mischievous stuff. Come say hi, little bubby. Can you come say hi? Hi, little bub. Hi. So I've been having meetings and working on a bunch of that stuff this morning. I told you guys, I announced that we're keeping baby kitten boy. And if you missed it, we're keeping baby kitten boy, also known as Quincy. He is so cute and he is so mischievous. And I think he just tooted. Ew. I did not know that cats farted. He farts. Is that normal? I really need to tidy the house, but I wanted to show you these beautiful sunflowers that Sparky got me, which was so sweet of him, and it made my whole little day. And I got a facial yesterday. I've just been really focusing on, in the midst of doing all these hard things that are like really, you are not allowed on the table, mister. He jumps down. He just learned how to jump on this, and I'm like, great. And now he's just like so pleased with himself every time he does it. Oh, I see you. Hey, now he's like grabbing my bag. Kittens, man. As I'm working through things that really scare me and that are very emotionally exhausting and hard and take a lot of time, I am making sure to offset that time with a lot of self-care. So a friend of mine has a skincare line and she asked me to come get a facial because, as you know, we're saving money. So I stopped getting my facials, and she invited me to come in for a skin treatment, and it was like I needed it so badly because my skin has been really, let me show you what it looked like yesterday when I went in, and then what it looked like after. She is able to miraculously calm skin, and she has her own skincare line that she formulates herself and makes here in LA. And she is just so against any ingredients that can be harmful to the skin or toxic. So everything is completely natural, no synthetic, no animal testing, nothing like that. So it was really nice to get that treatment and get my skin calmed down. And so she has made some recommendations for product stuff for me, and I'm going to dig into that. That'll be my next thing. But babes, we can only do like I was gonna say one thing at a time, but we're doing more than one. We can only do what we can do. So as I'm working through some of this other stuff, it's on my radar to start to be conscious of some of the products I'm using and things like that. You know that the closet clean out is like top of my radar, making space. So there will be about a week or so, you will start to see the closet clean out. And I know I've been promising that forever, so please give me some grace. Anyway, as far as things I've been doing for my self-care, I also did this silent tea ceremony yesterday. It was a women's circle, and you sit and you're served tea for an hour without talking, and it's like this beautiful rhythm, and she's like pouring tea. I think you drink a total like 6 bowls of tea, which are like, you know, they're not huge. And then after, we did have a moment for sharing, and it was just wild how unspoken, how many commonalities there were in what everyone was experiencing. And I think there is something about sharing space, like there is a consciousness that we share that's unspoken. And it was just the most beautiful experience of like deep meditation, not having my phone around, no distractions. Like I meditate at home, I do breath work at home, but it can be really easy to come out of that or feel distracted. Obviously this little kitten bounding around that you can hear. The gardeners, like there's always a gardener on my street at any given time. If you're in California, you know what I'm saying. There's always like weed whackers. Hi, Bubby. You wanna come sit on my lap? You wanna say hi? He insisted on being in this part of the video because I just was talking about him. And yeah, or my phone or my computer, like, or someone comes to the door, like there's always something. Also, if you are a cat owner, please give me tips. We've been looking into like the electronic litter boxes because the litter's annoying, and like, yeah, any tips or any things that you have around that would be helpful. I've heard that you can squirt them with water bottles, and we're not there yet, but moving on. He may just be doing whatever he wants because that's where we are. Yes, I did this beautiful silent tea ceremony, and I've just been really trying to take care of myself amidst this stuff. So I guess my first invitation for you today is, number one, is there something you've been avoiding out of fear? And number two, what is one aligned action that you can do towards that? Like the smallest action you could possibly take. Number three, how can you resource yourself to face the thing and take the action? Like what's your reward for that, right? Those are some of my thoughts. And then today, my reward is there's this company that makes these amazing like busts, like sculptures of your body. And since like body issue stuff and health stuff is something that's really been like loud for me, the timing feels perfect to celebrate myself and love my body. One thing I did when I was going to the doctor is I told my body, like, we have consent for this. This person is our ally and our friend, and they are going to help us. They're a partner in our health. They're going to help us achieve our goals. I'm taking you here because I love you and I care about you and I need to know what's going on with you, and I'm not going to abandon you again. Like, if this is making sense to you, this is making sense to you. Anyone who's had any issues with like body stuff or abuse or like anything like that, like you get it, I'm hoping. So yeah, talking to my body and letting her know that. And then when I sat down to my tea ceremony, my intention was sitting down and spending time in my body with my body. And like I asked, like, can I join you for tea to my body? And so I'm trying to make friends with her again. I feel like it's been a roller coaster for me in my entire life of like abusing her, then like getting to a point where I felt like happy with her and then it was okay. And my love and my positive regard for my body should not be based on the way it looks at any given time. And I think that that is when it tends to rebel, honestly, or if we're holding on to things or she wants our attention, you know, she can bring it up through any number of things. So I'm just really in every area doing my dang best. Come on, buddy. He's really stealing the show. So I got invited to do this thing where they do a 3D body scan of your body and then they cast it into this beautiful bronze bust. It's like a little statue that you get to keep. And I just thought, I have to do this. And my first thought, first of all, when I got invited, like how exciting is that? Because it's usually really pricey. Totally worth it, you know, to celebrate yourself and immortalize your body, in my opinion. But as you know, we are being conscious of our spending. And so when I got invited to do it, I was like, oh my gosh, I've been wanting to do this. And then my first thought after that was, oh no, I'm not feeling good in my body right now. I shouldn't do it right now. Like, I don't want to immortalize this version of my body. You know, I don't feel good. Like I'm not, you know, whatever. Like I feel, yeah, I've been struggling and I'm trying to understand, you know, what's going on with my inflammation and all the things. And yeah, I was kind of like, do I want this version of my body to be the one that's immortalized? And then I was like, that made me so sad. Because also, do you want to know what my current skin routine is? Because here I am. So I start with Cicapair for my redness. And then I think I kind of like switch up the order of just these first few things. I'm going to use a little bit of Flawless Filter, which I know this is not clean beauty, but you know what, we're just doing what we're doing because I want a little bit of a glow. And sometimes I add it with, they have another primer that is like shine, like that kind of a vibe. I don't know what it's called. Wonder Glow. So sometimes I mix these two. You know, let's just do the full shebang. But basically any glowy kind of primer, Say makes one that is clean, which is probably a better fit that I should probably start using instead. Any brand, anything, just any kind of glowy primer is like my first step. So I'm doing that right now. Oh my gosh, I'm so chaotic right now. Honestly, the thing I do before I even do this is I do my brows, because the #1 tip that I have learned about brows is that you do not want to do them on top of foundation or on top of anything slick, because you really need that like clean skin grip to be able to draw in those little delicate lines and for them to stay, which is how I do my brows. So basically, long story short, we're getting ready to go get our bust casted in this cool thing, and I'm excited about it, and I'm not going to let myself not be excited about it because my body image issues. Like what we are not doing in 2024 is letting body image issues stop us from experiencing joy and living our lives, because that's fear-based thinking, and fear is not driving the car, okay? Fear can come along for the road trip, in the words of, is it Glennon Doyle or Elizabeth Gilbert? I believe it's Elizabeth Gilbert, but it doesn't get to drive, okay? It doesn't get to pick the snacks, it doesn't get to pick the radio channel, who listens to the radio, whatever. It doesn't control the Spotify playlist. I'm doing my brows. He's just a little monster. So I like to just do like these thin little strokes on my brows. Like, how good does that look already? Look at this one versus this one. Stunning. I'm also booking an appointment with an integrative medicine doctor to see if I can kind of get to the root of where this inflammation is coming that's causing like the rosacea and the redness in my cheeks and in my body. I know that there's something that I'm missing or overlooking. I'm sure it's a combination of different things like cortisol levels, stress, etc., but there's got to be something else. Food wise, like I haven't been eating the foods that like I've been told not to eat, which is cow's dairy, bell peppers. There's one other one that I now am conveniently forgetting because I probably am deluding myself that I haven't been eating it, but you know. Okay, and then the next thing I like to do to prime is this Huda Beauty. It's called Pink. This is the Pink Pomelo color, but it's their Faux Filter Color Corrector. I've talked about this before. It is I have never found an equivalent since I got this to color correct. It's incredible. Downside, this little mofo leaks so bad all the time, and it always makes my makeup bags get ruined. But you know what? Small price to pay for feeling confident, especially if you have like darker under eyes or you want to correct any like darker pigment. It's amazing. I like really truly, it's like one of those like deserted island. Okay, no, because if no one saw you on a deserted island, who cares what your makeup looks like? You know what I'm talking about? They'll be like, if you could only be on a deserted island, you could only have these things. Okay, no one's gonna pick makeup. That doesn't matter. But I would survive, you know, first, okay? But if I was only allowed to have like 5 makeup items the rest of my life or something, like I do think that this is like, it's pretty good. Also, I'm starting to care less and less. So who knows? Ask me in a year and I'll be like a barefaced queen like Alicia Keys. Oh my gosh, imagine I'm making a video in a year and I like quote this part and I'm like, how did I know? Do I want to be a barefaced queen? Not really. I enjoy makeup, I enjoy getting ready, but like who knows where this is leading me. I'm just changing quickly and I'm just kind of open to wherever it leads me. What do you have over there? He has my headband. So now I'm actually just going in with the Dr. Jart Premium Beauty Balm. This is one of my favorite products for if you have redness or like discoloration. It is just, it has color correctors built into it. I think it's a miracle and I barely use any. So I'm trying to like not be super heavy foundation face, you know? And so I've just been like kind of like using my fingers and just dotting in the parts that I think needs color correction. If you guys have seen like people, I was gonna say the trend of, but I'm over trends, like just the thing that people do where they just use concealer as their makeup instead of using a heavy foundation. This is kind of along the lines of that. It is nice coverage, but I'm really just only like pressing it into the spots that I need, that I want to color correct a bit. And this is just like my like really quick, easy, everyday routine, which it's a little longer than normal because I'm chit-chatting with you guys. But so if I was like fully getting ready, I would go in with like a little bit of like a little bronzer. I should do Kat Does My Makeup because that's where we're headed here right now. This Rare Beauty bronzer stick, which I don't know, since I already have it out, like I don't know, could do a little bit of contouring here if I wanted, but I don't know. I really, in a normal fast day, would not do this. I would just be like, whatever. Gonna blend this. Will you bring my headband back? I needed that. I already regret doing this because I'm already bored of blending. Okay, not bad. Now I'm just gonna go in. This is Rare Beauty. This is their cream blush, and it's in the color Happy. And it's just a really nice, fun pink. And I'm gonna just do a little across my nose. This is pretty pigmented, so we'll see how this turns out. And lately, I've really been enjoying blending that with the Say Sweetie, which is their version of like a liquid blush. They're both clean, which is nice. And then I really love, which I've talked about many times, doing kind of a heavy-handed blush because of all my redness, because I think it like redirects it and concentrates it. Bubs, really? And concentrates it so that it's like kind of, I don't know, decoys. So it looks more, it blends in my natural redness with the blush, if that makes sense. And since I already have this out, I'm just gonna use this as my eyeshadow, the bronzer. I should have just done that in the first place. And then I'm just gonna blend that out, just to add like a little dimension to the lid. It's literally impossible to do anything with him right now. Some days he's so chill and some days he is so not. Sweetheart, angel, darling, baby. Just gonna do like the tiniest little flick of eyeliner here. A little uneven, but who cares? Do a little bit of liquid highlighter here, just on these little points. No. He has so many toys out. I keep trying to distract him with his toys and he's not having it. Ever since he learned to jump, it's just like, I like to do the Sills Booster XL from Lancome. It really helps my little baby lashes actually show up. And then I'm really into this mascara that I've been using. I got it at an event. I think it's Ipsy, the Ipsy bag, and it's a mini of the Ilia mascara, but I'm like now sold that next time I buy mascara, like it would probably be this one. The brush is just so good. It has this like, and like wait for this. It is so good. I really don't have like the longest lashes, and this combo is like really, really just doing it for me. Also, when I do my little like liner thing there, I like to brush my eyelashes to the side instead of straight up. And I find that it creates the most natural blend with that liner. Look at that. That's pretty impressive, I think. Now he's in his little playpen crying, and now I feel sad. Having like a safe little crate for him to be in. And usually he's like really quiet in there. He made one squeak. He's fine. That we're not home. He feels sad. Okay. Oh, so that's pretty much my makeup routine. It's pretty quick. This is House Labs by Lady Gaga. And I love this color. It's just this kind of like mauve-y pink. So yeah, oh, I'm gonna brush up my brows because why not? They're pretty obedient right now. So yeah, on a day that I don't have a cat distracting me and I'm not chit-chatting, this probably takes 5 minutes. So I am enjoying this little routine and I feel good. Here is the final result in better lighting. Okay, we're heading out. This is what we're wearing. I just threw on something comfy and cozy because I'm gonna get naked right away. They said they're gonna go over poses and stuff with me. So there was nothing that I needed to prepare or anything. And I'm actually really excited now. It was so cool. One of the girls reached out and said that she'd been following me on Instagram for a while and they're here from the UK. So I feel so lucky. You know that I really believe in divine timing. And I do think that like this week being the week that I'm like conquering my medical fears, reconnecting with my body feels like the perfect week to immortalize it. Something else I'd like to add. I remember being like in my early 20s, late teens, and disliking my body. And I would do anything to go back to that body. So I know there's going to be one day in the not so distant future where I also wish I could go back to this body. And I really want to stay focused in the gratitude of how it works so hard for me every day, that I am in good health, that I can do all the things I want to do. Point being, I want to celebrate exactly where I am right now. And where I am right now is worth celebrating. Every step of the way is worth celebrating. So it feels like a really important moment because of some things that happened and came up this week. I'm just trusting the divine timing and I'm gonna have fun with this process. Okay, I'm obsessed with this hotel. Okay, I just got here and I'm checking out all the busts and I'm hearing a little bit about it, but I just thought, do you want to just like take over and give the spiel and share the things? I don't even have to be on it.
Yeah, we're Studio Bust. We're founded in the UK, but now operating kind of all over the US and Paris as well. So we're a bespoke sculpture studio. So I'm just going to show you, we make sculptures of women's bodies. So it's all like of yourself, and we're just very much about female empowerment, loving your body as it is, and our slogan is as you are. So it's very much like in this moment now, love yourself.
Which is just what we were talking about in the car, because I was telling them how my first thought was like, oh, I don't think I should do this right now because I'm feeling not great in my body. And that's the most important time I think to do it, because our bodies deserve celebration every single day. As you are, that gives me chills.
Yeah, I know, we've got it on the mirror over there.
Let's go see it. Go show them.
Okay,
go show them. Oh my gosh. I'm in love. And look at these beautiful busts. She is gonna steam me.
I know, it literally looks like an iron or a steam.
It does, it does.
So what we're using is tech called LiDAR. So it's a flashing light out of an object and then recording the frequency of how quickly it bounces back.
So it's almost like sonar?
Yeah, so literally it's like...
She's gonna sonar me like a little dolphin.
Sonar, like, yeah.
But this is not, this is unfortunately not safe for someone who has epilepsy, so just noting that. But they would tell you that on the website.
Yeah, totally. And we can do it without the light. You just have to hold the pose for like 2 minutes rather than 30 seconds.
Oh, okay, that's not that bad.
Yeah, only gonna have to hold it for 30 seconds. If you take a look at the screen, I'm gonna show you how it works.
Okay.
So we start by doing the flashing light, and you can see when I place my hand in front, that's where I can isolate it. And so when we're scanning, you're gonna be standing right about here.
Yeah.
I walk from the back to the front.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, look at her. This is a different pose, which I'm really liking.
Sorry,
I'll just, yeah, I'll just block out my fake bronze boob. Whoa, that's so cool. Just came to a smoothie place that I used to come to with the kids that I nannied that lived up the street. It has been years and I didn't think that they would be open anymore. It's raw, vegan, and organic. It's called Punch Bowl. Here, I'll show you. And I got their pumpkin spice one, which was like seasonal, and I was like, why not? So let's try it. You know, I only had girl lunch for lunch and we have like no more food in the fridge except for the meal that we're cooking tonight. So okay, frankly, she's delicious. It's like very much like banana forward and cinnamon forward, and it's absolutely delicious. And yeah, I think it was worth my meager budget of the week. I still have a few dollars left. But they turned this magazine stand into a little plant stand, so I want to go check it out. But I wanted to tell you guys that was such a cool experience getting my sculpture done. I'm gonna give you a full car talk about it, but I had to stop for this movie. Okay, $5 is like a really good deal. Okay, so a recap of the appointment. It was so awesome. Like, I went in the room was gorgeous, and they had all the beautiful busts just like strewn about the room, and you could see all of the different finishes. They had different, they had like full like bronze cast. I chose one, well, I think I still have a little more time to choose, but I think I am going to go with the one that's like marble looking. The marble looking one on the gold stand, but it's like cast in bronze, so it felt so heavy and like cold to the touch. So it really did feel like a Grecian or Roman bust, like one you'd see in a museum. But the bronze cast ones were beautiful too, and I kind of couldn't decide. But I love the idea that women do them like when they're pregnant, and then they give them to their daughters, or people get them at different stages in their life. She said there was an 88-year-old that had just gone in to do it. And that just made my heart so happy, because I think as women, we are so hard on ourselves and hard on our bodies, and it's not even our fault. It's because of what society has done to us, and it's because of this world that we live in and the voices that I think are put in our head when we're younger. And I work in this like world of like body acceptance and stuff, right? Like, it is my life's work to accept my body and to share that message and to dress myself as though I love myself, and to like, I guess, be a public example of that is like what I have felt called to do. And the fact that I've been working in this space for this long and been around really positive people and gotten a lot of positive feedback and gotten to model for like major brands and do all of these things, and I still felt like, is my body worth commemorating in this stage? And I found myself being a little self-conscious watching the scans and stuff, and this was for me such a beautiful exercise in showing my body that I love her at every stage, and that my body today is worth commemorating. And that is why I love when I walked in there and I saw it in the mirror, and then she told me that their slogan or their tagline is "as you are, come as you are." Like, exactly as you are. You are worth casting out of bronze and marble and being put on a gold stand on display as if you are art, because you are. Like, it just felt really important and powerful to me. And I could see this being something that I would do to commemorate different stages and phases in my life and body. Like, how cool would it be to have a gallery, right, of you every decade or something, or you like pregnant and then not pregnant and then older, and like there's just, it's just so, I really think what they're doing is so beautiful. And I love that on display they have all different body types, so that you feel like, oh, like I'm at home here. I'm at home amongst all these different bodies. And it seems like it's been something that's been super important to them from the beginning. And they don't only display like the, you know, societally perfect bodies. Like, they had all the different bodies on, and they all are perfect. Of course, they were all gorgeous. I found myself being like, like I kind of hope that my little roll shows. Like, the rolls were so cute when they have like little folds and rolls. Like, they look like gorgeous art. So yeah, I felt like that was the body empowerment that I didn't know I needed today. And if you've been watching me for a while, I talk about how I really do believe that everything happens in the right timing for our own good, under like a divine plan. Like, that's my belief. And for me, I feel like things come along like when it's time, and I realized like this was the perfect time. Like, I'm commemorating a lot of things, and I've gone through a lot of change in the last few months, and this seemed like the perfect gift for myself and gift from the universe to get to do this, because it's something that I may not have done otherwise, and now that I know about it, I will definitely do it. Yeah, I'm really like excited about it. So she then had me go and change into a robe, and then I kept my underwear on, but you can be completely nude, or you can just have like nude underwear on. And she scanned my body with this thing that had really bright light. And then she showed me the scans on the computer, and I got to choose my favorite position. We did a few different positions. I did some with like my hands on my body, which were cool, and some with my hands above my head, and then that would just be the bust. You can choose if you want to show the hands or not, if you want your legs to be apart or together, which like pose you want to do. And so I did like, I think 4 or 5 poses, and I got to look at them all side by side and decide which one I wanted. And she was just so kind, and I felt so comfortable like being naked. I was like, this is the fastest I've been naked in front of a stranger. Like I said, because I guess at the doctor you still have like your little robe on. So anyway, I guess that's not true. My spray tan girl, but I've been going to her for years, which would be nice to do actually. I miss being bronze. But anyway, well, I'm gonna be real bronze now once I get this. It takes about, I think, 3 months to get it, and so I cannot wait to see it. I'm so excited. They do it here pretty regularly, and I think they go to New York, and then they're in the UK. So if it's something you're interested in, I'll put their link below. It's Studio Bust, and you can book appointments, and they have a lot of different price points. So the ones that are more bronze, they are quite pricey, but they cast it out of like, you know, they actually make a cast and then set it, and it's real bronze, etc. And then they have like the lower cost materials are a little bit more affordable, and I think that would be such a beautiful like wedding gift for Sparky, because I already told him I was doing this, and he's like, I want it. And I'm like, no babe, it's for my altar and my little meditation room and my little like moment. I actually have a nude-ish photo of me in my living room, which I think you guys have probably seen it if you've been watching for a while, that Callie took of me in Morocco, which I also have some exciting news about. Stay tuned, because I bet you can pick up what I'm putting down, but I'm not going to announce it until it's official, but it's very close. And yeah, then she scanned it, I chose it, and that was it. And it was really easy, and really like, I felt like I went in feeling a little self-conscious, and like the first one I could tell that I was like finding myself like trying to like hide and fold and like suck, and like by the end I was just like feeling like so much more solid and confident. And I really could say at the end that I was like, wow, like the shape of my body is beautiful. Like even saying that right now, like the shape of my body is beautiful feels, yeah. Do we need to do some affirmations? If you are alone when you're watching this and you're in your house, I want you to actually repeat after me. And I want you to comment below and tell me that you did it. And I want you to tell me how you feel after, okay? So we're gonna do some affirmations right now. I love and accept my body exactly how it is right here and right now. We're gonna do that one again because it feels important. I love and accept my body exactly as it is right here and right now. We're gonna do another. I am so grateful for all the ways my body shows up for me every day and all the hard work it puts in every day. I am so grateful that my body carries me through each day and allows me to love those that I love. My body deserves me to show up for her and be proud of her and love her. I am enough. That feels good. There's going to be more affirmations and breathing and meditations and stuff to come. I've just really been feeling called to share more of this stuff. And I understand it's a bit of a departure from the fashion, and I'm kind of trying to figure out what that means for me and how I feel about that, because definitely my heart is more in the self-actualization, like self-love, self-acceptance space right now. But obviously I'm always going to, you know, care about what I wear and have fun putting outfits together and enjoy beautiful things. I've definitely been feeling more like cozy in my house. If you guys have been following me on Instagram, the cabin was in a fire. The cabin itself did not burn. It is okay. And I'm so grateful. It feels like a miracle that that was saved by the firefighters. Our town was saved. And there was like one structure on the very edge or earlier built. And I feel so bad for the people that lost their home. But it was like this close, like everybody was evacuated, and it was really scary. And I'm really, really grateful that she is okay. And as soon as the evacuation order lifts, I'm popping over there. So there will be another solo staycation at the cabin coming up soon, probably next week. And yeah, there's going to be more cabin content. I'm not sure. I'm trying to give myself the space to be so true and authentic to myself, which for me has been maybe a little bit more of an irregular schedule here right now as I kind of figure this out. I am working on something specific to share that I'm hoping, well, I'll drop a link if it's ready by now. I'm just gonna be taking email addresses for something that's gonna be shared. It's gonna include some of this like breath work and meditation stuff and wellness and some of my favorite little things that I do to feel good about myself and take care of myself. Yeah, so I've been feeling really inspired by working on that, doing home stuff, that silent tea thing that I did yesterday. Like, I'm just enjoying this phase of learning about new modalities, learning about myself, and we're gonna see how it shakes down. So thanks for hanging out with me and, you know, being a part of this metamorphosis. I think we're all changing all the time. And I used to have this idea that like, once I had my brand, because like now as people, we're supposed to be brands too, and I'm not a brand. Like, I'm a human being. And I'm changing, and I've been changing. And if you've watched my channel for a while, you've probably seen the change. And I'm just at a place where I'm just not interested in being who I think people want me to be anymore. I can't do it. It's too tiring. And lately it's meant being a little quieter on social media. And I don't think that's going to be the long term, because I know I'm going to be doing things I'm going to be really excited about sharing. But I'm giving myself the grace to show up when and how I can as the most, the word authentic is so overused, but the most authentic version of myself, which is sharing these parts of myself with you all. It's a journey, and I truly believe we're going to spend the rest of our lives getting to know ourselves, and then once we think we know ourselves, we'll probably change again. And the same is true for our style, and the same is true for how we choose to spend our time, and the same might be true for our relationships. Like, relationships can be renegotiated. Let's normalize being shapeshifters. I think I saw this quote the other day. I did see this quote the other day, but I can't remember who it was attributed to. But it said, I think maybe it was Anne Lamott, but it said the goal is to shapeshift as many times as you can in this lifetime. And that felt very true to me. Made it home, immediately into my sweats. Sparky and I call them play clothes. So he'll get home from work and he's like, I'll be right back. I just have to put on my play clothes. I don't know why, but like the second we're inside, it's like, okay. I was gonna keep my little outfit on and look cute for when he got home, but he thinks I'm cute, even when I look like a little, hi, Bubby. He's so cute. I just let him out of his little playpen and he gets so excited to get out. He's like, no cameras, please. No paparazzi, please. Okay, fine. I was gonna tidy up a little before Sparky gets home, light a candle. I like to have him come home to like a little vibey spot. I'll put on some music. He's gonna cook his dinner. And I was gonna vlog that, but I have to be honest, I'm feeling tired. It's been a week from my doctor's appointment to just other stuff. It's been like, I don't know. I feel like it's been an emotionally taxing week, but like good, very good. I'm just like feeling tired. So I think what the best thing for me to do right now for myself is to make some tea, put on some music and clean, like just tidy a little, like light some candles, finish some emails, and I will catch you guys on another video because I do want to do possibly like a face of first impression makeup stuff, like updating my routine that I just showed you with like some new products that I'd gotten, and I need to do some PR unboxings, and I do have like a try on of a surprise, a couple things that were sent to us as a surprise, and you guys really seem to like the styling video that I shared, so there's a lot of things I want to film, and I came home thinking like, oh, I might actually film some things, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm exhausted. So we're gonna honor what our body's saying, which is chill. So thanks for hanging out with me for a little bit today. I hope it was fun. I know it wasn't like the longest, fullest vlog, but like I said, we're doing what we can when we can, right? Sending you guys so much love. Thank you so much for hanging out today. I'll catch you on the next video. And in the meantime, take good care of you because we need you and you deserve it. I don't need to say any more than that.